Everybody, welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon. Today is the first day of May 1st, and of course, right next to me is Kim Peterson LaFew. Well, right not next to me, but right next to the screen. She's with us. Kimmy's finally here, and we got a lot to talk about, a lot of fun. First of all, let's get to business. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. And you're watching us live on the Mo Carraro Facebook page, on the Tony Ocean Facebook page. We're on Ocean's Pit Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn. We're on X. We're on YouTube live right now. It's showtime. Seventh Heaven. The boy's going to take us in. Ocean's Pit. Thank you, Richie and the boys. It's Ocean's Pit. Kimmy, how are you doing over there?
I'm good. Glad it finally worked.
I'm glad it finally worked too, and I'm glad you're here. We're going to talk about a little bit about Kim's career and stuff. Before we do that, we're talking about our sponsor. We're talking about JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhood. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. That's right, folks. And you got the specials, man. Don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off. Grill, is your patio ready for the barbecue season? Your local JRC Ace Hardware stores have the legendary brands you love and prices you crave. Save $100 on the Weber Genesis E1315 gas grill. Or if you're looking for that wood fire flavor, grab the Tangier Pro 22 for just $549.99. That's a $100 savings. At JRC Ace Hardware stores, Ace Reward members get free assembly and delivery on grills, $390 and up. Get that ultimate backyard setup at JRC Ace Hardware stores, the helpful place near you. That's right. Grill your ace off. And the new location coming to Elmwood Park in October of 2026. So good. Go get out and go spend some stuff at Ace Hardware. Kim Peterson LaFew. I like that. Kim Peterson LaFew. Kimmy, let's start off real fast. Where were you born?
I was born here in Illinois, right in Addison. My mom still lives in the house I was born in. Well, I take that back. Hillside. We had a little house in Hillside by Mickey's, the hot dog place, till I was like 2, but basically Addison.
Okay, Addison, Illinois. Now, growing up, you had a big family, brothers, sisters, a lot of people around you?
I would say big. We're average or middle class, maybe lower middle class. We had, your station wagon with the wood on the side. And I had an older brother who passed away a few years ago. And I actually have a younger sister. So I'm the middle.
You're the middle sister. Absolutely. Okay. So big family. Now, growing up, was there somebody who influenced you in your singing? Was it some star you seen on television, or was it a family member? Anybody?
Everybody. Dad was really, really into music. And honestly, Andy Williams, as far as like some of the older music, Andy Williams, of course, Dean Martin, a lot of the crooners, suppose Peggy Lee, Julie London, all of those. But then as I grew older, it was more definitely the Carpenters, Karen Carpenter, Linda Ronstadt, Stevie Nicks, Carole King. Probably most of those are all altos. So it's probably why I was drawn to their voices. But yeah, those are some of my big influences. Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. Do you remember your very first song you ever sang live in public, and where was it? Where was it?
Yeah, it was 7th grade. We did a Christmas program. I was dressed like Mary, and it was my first solo ever. And I did What Child Is This? And of course, we didn't have cell phones. There's really no video cameras in that time. So there's no actual footage, but I do remember that clearly. Yeah.
That's very cool. Who's watching us today? Jerry Lynn, how you doing? Bill Saratella is watching. Ronnie B. We have Indianapolis in the house. Daryl is in the house. We have California, Ohio. And let's say hello to our good friend from Texas. How you doing? Violet, how are you doing? Daryl Armenstad, the professor, David, welcome to Ocean's Pit, Nina Terry. Of course, you got a bunch of stuff that you got going on besides doing shows with Bonnie Bridges, besides doing shows with Bill Saratella. You have In Session, your rock band that you have. Jimmy Hammer's watching. Jeff Hunt, what's up, brother? Great seeing you last night. I want to thank everybody who showed up at the Village Pub last night in North Riverside. George and his staff, excuse me, do an incredible job. And thank you all for showing up between Jerry Jams. Great job. And Louis Pipes joining us along with Felix Greco. It was great seeing all you and Gina Carroll. Debbie's birthday. We're going to celebrate it last night, but we're going to continue it tonight. And Carl Doty from St. Jude's was there. Jeff Carlo. Thank you, guys. Great time. Tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with my good buddy Jerry Jams. It's an 8 o'clock hit. And Saturday, road trip, Whitetail Inn at the beautiful St. Germain, Wisconsin. That's for martinis in May. It's a lot of fun. We got, excuse me, Kim Peterson LaFew is with us. Let's break real fast for a quick Chicago Music Cruise. Number 4. That's right. Number 4. It's going to happen January 10th to January 17th. We're going to be back on the Royal Caribbean. We just got off the MSC. Back on Royal Caribbean by popular demand. Star of the Seas, a brand new ship. It's our 4th time with Seventh Heaven. It's going to be Tony Ocean, the main event band of Seventh Heaven in Florida, St. Thomas, St. Martin, Coco Cay, and the Bahamas. There's Mary Grievous right there putting all the information you need. Go to chicagomusiccruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or call Mary at 630-688-1725. So you want to go on the ocean with Ocean and Seventh Heaven. It's fantastic. Bonnie Bridges is watching. Lori. Kim Peterson LaFew. Now, LaFew is Peterson was your maiden name. LaFew is your married name. Now, you've been married to the Silver Fox for a long time. And what I love about you guys, and how long have you been married, if you don't mind me asking?
It'll be 37 years in November.
Now, Kimmy, how does that work? 37 years. You're playing a lot of weekends. You're doing a lot of stuff. Obviously, you got to have somebody there that actually supports what you do and likes what you. Does it get tough sometimes? I know. Listen, I'm working 5 now. It's tough. Do you ever get to the point where sometimes like, well, I can't do this and I can't go to this one, can't go to this function, or I can't do this family thing because you're booked all the time. I mean, how do you handle that? And how does the hobby handle that?
It does. A lot of the venues, some of them, if something really important comes up, the nice thing is I sing with so many people that it's always easy to, maybe get a sub or somebody to fill in for you. So that's never really been an issue because you do try to book far out if you can. And it was stressful. Matter of fact, Manhattans, they book a year out. I was just talking to them and we're booking and you get a little nervous. Like, I don't know what I'm doing next November. I have no idea. But a lot of places give you some grace. And if you give them enough notice, I have subs for everything. The band, we have subs for all the musicians. So it does get hard. It's easy for me. Steve just lets me be me. And, right now we don't, our kids are grown. I don't have a grandchild yet, but I am in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be a grandma in May 18th.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Yep. Do you still enjoy it, Kimmy?
I love it. Matter of fact, my job is so demanding, so stressful. I travel for my job. I cannot wait for the weekend to get out and sing. I can't wait. It literally is a release, especially Sunday mornings. I lead worship at church Sunday mornings. It's just a blessing and a gift to be able to sing. It is.
It really is. And it is a God's gift. And I do believe in that. And you know what? And a lot of topics on this show you're not supposed to talk about, but we do. We don't care whether it's politics, religion, whatever it is. But being a religious person that you are, and not only are you, but you're also post that on social media, your stuff. And I think that's fantastic. I do believe in God. I pray to God every day. It doesn't have to be, look, it doesn't have to be the same God, but you should pray to somebody. There is something out there. Do you think heaven exists? Heaven and hell?
I 100% believe it because the word says it. And, the word religion or religious is not a word I like to describe myself. I like to say I have a relationship with God. Religion is something that's a little bit more, you must do this. You need to say something so many times or pray something so many times. Not that those things are bad, but God does not expect you to if I didn't say something so many times or pray. He just wants your heart in a relationship with you and to be, listen, I'm not the best Christian. I don't claim to be, but every day I try to be better than I was. And I try not to set my goal to somebody who I think is a little better than me. You need to look to Christ as your guide. And every day I just look to him to be better and better. And that's all he's asking for is your heart, really.
I believe, and you don't have to go to church to actually pray to God. It's good that you do, and if people do, I used to go to church all the time when I was a kid, and then I remember one Sunday, and I mentioned it a couple of times on the show. One Sunday we missed for some reason, and Monday morning we get a call. Well, you missed it, but you forgot your envelope. You forgot your envelope, and my dad hung up and said, "Screw your envelope," and whatever it was, because we didn't come. But I do it. I do. It's important to pray, and you can. I pray every night, and I pray when I get in my car. I got a little statue, a little Jesus cross, and I rub them every day. Thank you so much for having the talent and for my family and my health, and God forbid. But I think it's so important. Do you think the younger generation are falling away from that? Do you see that, or do you see younger people in your churches?
I do think they were. And of course, they're showing a lot of, since Charlie Kirk and a lot of these things have had kids rethink the world and see the world differently. And they want, we're all born with a natural instinct of God and who he is. And it's the world that takes God from us. And I really do think that kids are coming back. I know my own kids have kind of gone full circle. They're brought up in the church. The one thing about the Christian faith is just because my kids were brought up in it does not make them Christian. It does not guarantee them anything. God wants you to choose. And I think my kids have gotten to the point where they have decided to follow Christ and to be, that's the God, if you will, that they have chose to follow. And I think kids are clinging to that. They need something in this world to hold on to. Mm-hmm.
They have to, and with social media, and you know what? And then sometimes you get the kids that are brought up that way with their family, and it's fantastic. And then they get out into the world of the peer pressure, social media bullshit, and some of their friends might not have that same whatchamacallit, and then they get put into that. Oh my God, what am I going to do if this is the right thing? If I don't do this, I'm not going to be cool. You know what I mean? And the peer pressure. I don't think we had that, Kimmy, when we were kids.
No, I mean, I think it was there, but just social media makes it immediate. It's in the moment and it's constant. Where when, we were younger, you couldn't talk to anybody till you got to school back on Monday. And even then it was maybe passing notes, and it's just so different. It's, I feel so bad for kids, and we don't realize what they're growing up in sometimes because we're still living in what we grew up in. And it's a hard world for them. It really is. I feel bad for kids.
I do too. And you see all the depression, you see all these suicides, and and it's like, peer pressure, depression is the worst thing right now. Mental illness is huge. A lot of people, you know what I mean? When we were younger, yeah, shut up, give a little slap. It's nothing, But now, yeah, and thank God there's hotlines and there's places that you can go to get help, and especially if you have family and friends around you, which is very important. It's Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Kim Peterson, a few singer in the Chicagoland area. Kimmy, there's always a question when I have musicians on. We do shows with bands, we do shows with tracks. Do you care either way? Do you think the people really give a shit?
I don't think they care. I think, obviously you and I, we do both. I have a full band and I have a track show. And, I've gotten comments like, oh, it's karaoke. It's like, well, it's really not, because you still have to have you have to perform still. You have to get people engaged. Karaoke, you're just singing out there and people are listening to you. But to get people, and we all know restaurants, some people have smaller budgets. The restaurants might be smaller. They only have so many tables to fill. So I think everything fills a purpose, and I'm really proud to do both. I don't see a problem with. Here's the thing: we're not hiding it. Tracks, we're not hiding it. It's certainly we're using tracks, and I'm first to use tracks. I love it. Great
Me
time.
too. I love it too. I think it's a great thing. Now, Do you have a favorite venue? I know you're not going to blast one venue or another, but is there certain venues that you like better than others, or what is it? Or is it just that you love performing?
I love them all for different reasons. You know, certain like I love Palm Court because I love to sing that type of music. I like to sing more crooner stuff, older music. Then there's Donnie G's. I love to sing it because everybody wants to dance there. I love Manhattan's because people go there strictly because it's a dance floor and I can play with the live band. They all have been very good to me. All of them are wonderful. I really can't bash any of them, but you know as well as I do, you hear from your own following about a venue. You hear whether
Yes,
it's good, whether the food is good. I will
yes.
say venues are better than others about, they want all the responsibility sometimes to be a musician to promote it and get people there. But you'll go on some websites and they don't even have that they have music, let alone promoting you. But yeah, everyone is a little bit different and the music is different depending on the venue. Mhm.
It makes complete sense. There's some they expect you to be the Pied Piper, and bring everybody in. Well, you should have your own. If it's a Friday night and your place is empty and you're just relying on the entertainment, you might think about doing another type of maybe closing your business. Jeanette, how are you doing? Patrice in the house, former Honey Bear. Kathy Splatro, Arizona is in the house. Kim Peterson LaFew, do you have, if you had to break it down, one favorite singer?
Karen
If you had
Carpenter.
to just do her music or male music,
Yeah,
who would it be?
it's Karen Carpenter, I would say. I mean, it's tough. It's her, Stevie Nicks, or Linda Ronstadt, but Karen would probably be the top.
What a talented woman, a musician, what an incredible drummer. They had some great songs. And everybody, when you said the Carpenters or when you said Barry Manilow, it was like, ooh, when you have like Barry Manilow, when you have volume 5 greatest hits, you know what I mean? It's just amazing. And now more people are respecting those kind of songs. When we were growing up, I was like,
Yeah.
it's so, but it is. Kane Radar, how are you doing? Gina, what's up? Great. Thank you. Seeing you last night, Gina and Carol. Thank you. Dennis, Lake Geneva's in the house. Kim Peterson LaFew. All right, Kimmy, the mule music. Now,
Hmm.
Linda Ronstadt, you mentioned her name. People know who they are. Karen Carpenter, Stevie Nicks, whether it's solo or Fleetwood Mac. This new shit, there's never going to be another. All right, maybe Lady Gaga. I'm not that big of a fan, but um, do you see some of this new talent lasting 40, 50 years, like the music that we're doing?
No, I don't see, like, imagine 40 years from now. Do you see people singing that in assisted living homes? I don't think so.
No, I don't see it. I do not see it. Or, the K-Tel's greatest hits, you can buy that. Yeah, it's crazy anymore. And I feel bad for the younger generation. I try listening to some of that new stuff. I just don't get it. There's a lot of talent out there, but when you're looking at these different groups and different stuff, what do you think of music today?
Some of it's okay. In our track shows, we do some of the newer stuff, some Miley Cyrus, and I can't even say half their names. I think is it Dua Lipa or Dua Lipa, whatever her name is.
I couldn't
But
even tell you what that is. And Miley Cyrus is not new, right? How long has she been around?
she's really not. She's really not. But
Yeah.
there's new stuff that I really enjoy singing, or some of the venues that I'm at, it doesn't really call for it. So I'm fortunate. But I will say, my kids, I see kids out there really kind of liking some of the 60s, some of the 70s music, even 50s. They're out there dancing. They like it.
Yeah. I believe that true. I really do. Now, there's got to be, when you're performing and you look down at your set list and there's one song that comes on and you can't stand it, but you got to do it. I can't stand Sweet Caroline. And I usually don't do it unless there's a nice tip in the bucket or if it's some special occasion. But is there a song you look at your list and going, God,
Um,
can we skip this today?
I probably want to agree with you on Sweet Caroline. I think we get a request for it all the time. And being a girl, it's a little harder to sing. The key's
Yeah.
a little kind of off for us, but that one. But there's, then you have songs I sing at every show that I just love, and I know I get a good response. And one of them is, well, two of them is Karen Carpenter's "Close to You." For some reason, that song they hear that piano entrance. And then the other one is because it was the song my husband picked for our wedding. He had one job. Said, you picked the song we danced to. And he picked Can't Take My Eyes Off You. And I sing that at every show, throw it
Yeah,
out
me
there.
too.
And I love singing those two songs. Those are probably my
Yeah,
favorite.
and they're great songs. Frankie Valli. But okay, now you look at some of these entertainers that we mentioned. Frankie Valli. I don't know if even Linda Ronstadt, is she still performing? I don't know. Stevie Nicks, whatever. Is there a certain time when you have to look like Frankie Valli's? What is he? 91. And I seen a live video of his show recently. He's got 20 singers up there, backing him up and stuff like that. Is there a time where some of these people you think should just end it, or what do you think?
I thought about that myself. Like, when am I too old to be standing up there right now? Am I looking? I just turned 60 and thinking, how many more years can I get up here and be doing that? Like, physically, I feel fine, but I wonder, is there a point where people are going to look at me and say, okay, enough already? I don't know. I hope somebody tells
Well,
me.
yeah, you know what? As long as they keep hiring us, but what's most important, and look, you can be the best singer, you can have the best act, the best show, whatever it is, but if that club is empty, they really don't give a shit.
No,
They don't
no.
judge you by how good you are. They judge how many seats are on the table. They judge you how many people. And my shows, I think 98% of the people that come and see me, they're drinkers.
Yes.
They're drinkers. And I think that's important too. But now, people kind of fade away from that. But I do believe that it's important. And, we're lucky to have our following that they can come out, and because there's a lot of places they can go to. And there's a lot of great entertainers in the Chicagoland area you can go to. If you're playing here on Friday night, someone's playing here on Saturday, or vice versa, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever the hell it is. Which is nice about Chicago. There's not anybody that's exactly the same. Everybody has their own little niche,
Really?
right?
Group of us, and everybody has such a different talent and a different voice and a different style. I mean, I sing with Bonnie. She's all bluesy and rock. She can kill those songs. And, I'm a little bit more on the ballad side and the crooner side, but together we do good. Same with Bill. I love singing with Bill. Of course, I actually love singing with anybody. I usually will say yes to most things because I think it's just good to mix it up. It's good for your following. It's good, maybe a different venue. Your following can experience something different. And it's just a way to kind of mix it up, just have a good time. But there's
I
a lot.
agree. And it's nice with you guys because, like you said, Kimmy will do her 4 or 5 songs. Bonnie comes in, does 4 or 5. Or then when you do it with Bill, now you're doing some stuff with Elliot too, and it's kind of cool. When I do my thing, what saves me, what saves my show, is if there's a guest up there, we bring them up. I always do, but also my guys that work with me. If I have Daryl with me, or Jerry Jams, or Tony Toto, when I go on break, they play the stuff that I don't sing. So we'll keep the people dancing until I come back up again, which is some of that stuff I'm not going to sing. People say, I'm not going to try something that I know I'm going to butcher. You know what I mean? Just to learn the song. But when you guys are learning songs, do you sit with each other, or do you say, okay, Bonnie, I got this song I'm going to do today, I'm going to do it? Or do you do, or with Bill, or do you guys just wing it, or do you guys make a set list every week, every night?
Tracks make your life easier. Like I said, I travel. I probably work 10, 11 hours a day. I mean, I have a very stressful job. So tracks are awesome because even with my band, I'll pull it up on my track thing, practice it. When we get together and practice, we're done. We have it ready to go. Bonnie and I, we just wing it. We just go for it and wing it and just okay, everybody, he's real.
Hello.
There's the man. What's up, boss? How you doing?
Good.
Here's the
Nice
silver.
to see you. Nice to see you, man. And I was just saying how you guys for 30 all those years together. How do you handle that? Do you like when she takes off? When she goes, "Hey, honey, I gotta go to work." Are you happy? I mean, what do? Do you jump up and down? You have the whole house to yourself? How does that work?
Good. Every good.
He loves it.
Good.
Dogs on the couch. He's thrilled.
Yeah. When I leave the house, my wife is very happy. So there you go. God bless. But it's cool. Kim Peterson, a few is in the house. Kim, you try to learn some new songs. We talked about that. Is there any places? Would you, if you wanted to move anywhere, would you ever relocate somewhere? Have you ever thought about that, you and your family, when you get to a certain age, or you have?
Places. Although I like Illinois, I really do like the change of seasons. I wouldn't mind staying here, but honestly, I don't think we can afford to. Eventually, I either see Tennessee, because that's where my son lives, but knowing them, they just love to move around. They'll probably be gone. Tennessee or Florida. I love hot weather. I have an unbelievable tolerance for heat. Ask Bonnie. She always laughs. She's like, "You never sweat."
Okay, so there you go. Do you do any preparation before you sing? Some people with the me's and the T's and all that kind of crap. I don't know if that works. I just have a little jack and I have a little spray sometimes I put in between songs. Do you drink while you perform, or you wait till afterwards?
I'm a 2-drink Nelly. I got to have my 2 French martinis for the night. But I do have a couple, never go over 2 drinks. Rarely have I ever gone over 2 anywhere. But I love my French martinis, but I do not. I really should take care of my voice. I just don't. I don't warm up. I should.
I know, me too. And my doctor, but what's funny, because when I lost my voice 2 years ago, I was almost gone for like a couple of weeks. And then the doctor told me exactly. He goes, 2 things: the brown liquor,
Mm-hmm.
and number 2, hot food.
Really?
Hot food, spicy food is not good for you, because I used to eat it every day. I put hot stuff on everything. And he said, yeah, it's that hot food and the brown liquor. So what I gave up, I said, spicy food I got rid of. I eat it every now and then, but that's it. Were you ever a smoker, Kimmy?
I'm sad to say I think 14 years old. I was with my friend Joanne sitting in Portillo's, the one on Lake Street. It was decorated like a cave. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It was in Addison on Lake Street, Portillo's. We were sitting there and they had a cigarette machine and, to pull the little thing. And she looked at me, she said, "Should we buy a pack of cigarettes?" I wasn't even thinking about smoking. I'm like, yeah. So we bought Virginia Slims, menthol lights. I probably smoked from age 14 to maybe 24.
Okay.
Honestly, happened to everybody. I was smoking and I literally just put it out and I never smoked again.
And you never smoked again. And that's how, you know what? That's how I hear it happens. People can take the patch and all that bullshit. No. When you quit, I know a lot of people that just said cold turkey. That
Right.
was it.
Yeah.
But then you also kind of wonder, because the bars said that they made more money when people were smoking, because when they were smoking, they were drinking more.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when they cut the smoking out of restaurants, it was like, even though we were, I could even talk to Bill Saratella, we were in Franklin, Indiana, and there's ashtrays in every bar. And it was just like, it looked like you went back to the 60s, and you're only like 2-3 hours away from Illinois. And it was like you're a whole different world out there. You know what? Yeah, it's crazy. Kim Peterson, a few is in the house. Ocean's Pit. It's time for Armando Supermarkets. Buy local, shop local. 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Not only produce, but they got meats, groceries, prepared food, and rotisserie chicken and more. That's Danny Mazzi at Armando Supermarkets. And Jack Vena Landscaping for all your landscaping needs. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. Everything they do, they service the North Shore for over 50 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. Tell him Tony O sent you. Kim Peterson, the few is in the house. It's time for the JRC Ace Hardware Minute for the weather. That's right. Brought to you by our good friends from JRC Ace Hardware. The weather today for Friday, May 1st. We're looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is about 48 degrees, 50%, 56% humidity, 7-mile-an-hour winds. It is cooler out there. It's predicting 30-40% chance of rain between 2 and 4 o'clock. It's a little cooler, a little nippy out there, but that's what it's going to be like today. That's brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores, Norridge, Des Plaines, Warrenville, Evergreen Park, Grove, Mesa, Arizona, Richmond, and coming to Elmwood Park, Illinois in October 2026. JRC Ace Hardware. The Kentucky Derby is Saturday, folks, May 2nd. I don't know. You get into that, Kim? Do you drink the mint tulips? You wear the hats? Do you gamble on that stuff? Do you take a little bets every now and then?
No, my husband does. He'll do it for sure. But I've done it some years with people at party. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. It's a lot of fun. Robert Provenzano, the general, how you doing? 5-drink limit for me. Okay, I've seen you. Absolutely. Yolanda, Michelle, Shelley, how you doing? Jeanette, how are you doing? A couple people that were betting on, a couple friends of mine, actually. Ponetti to win. So Happy is another horse that's running. Litmus Test is running. Garfield Dodger is running. I don't know. So should be interesting. Go out and have a little fun doing that. It's important. Good. All right. Kimmy, 15. These are songs that were banned on the radio or banned in different countries because of certain things. Now, some of these songs I didn't hear of, but most of them I did. Something called Straight Fruit. From Billie Holiday. This was 1935, and it had something to do with racism. But that was one of the first songs that were banned on. God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols was banned on the radio because of the BBC and ripping the Queen. Relax, Don't Do It by Frankie Hollywood. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I didn't realize. Love to Love You Baby by Donna Summer. They said it was too sexy and too people were getting a little crazy over it. I don't know what this is. A band called Prodigy called Smack My Bitch. Never heard of it. There you go. I Want Your Sex by George Michael. Couple songs that were banned. Anarchy in the UK again by the Sex Pistols. Lady Gaga's Born That Way. It was banned by the LGBTQ, whatever that is. I don't know. Certain songs that were banned. Short People by Randy Newman. I guess the midgets got pissed off. I don't know. Or the smart people, whatever you call them now. I don't know. Let's Get Physical by Olivia Newton-John. I mean, is there songs that you really think that needs to be banned? Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Is that crazy?
It is crazy. I mean, some of the songs now should be banned. I can't believe that they play some of these songs on the radio, but some of those old ones I don't think were so bad.
No, I don't think so bad either. I mean, some people listen to the music and dance. They're not really paying attention. Look, Born in the USA, people think it's about the USA. They're ripping the USA. It's about Vietnam War. If you listen to certain songs, like Mandy, remember by Barry Manilow? It's about his dog.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was about his dog. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting stuff like that. Like, remember, okay, let's take you back to 2020.
Yeah.
You turn the news on that morning, COVID-19 hits, can't leave the house, can't perform anymore. What was your thoughts, Kimmy?
I remember at one point just being really, really sad about missing my family. I just missed my family. I have a great family. We get together weekly. Every Sunday we have Sunday dinner. It's a no-brainer. We meet at everybody's house. The text goes out Sunday morning, whoever's having it, what we're making. And then we cannot wait to finish and start playing cards. So, to not be around your family like that was really eye-opening because we're just together all the time. It was sad. I just remember being a little fearful. And it's just a time when you look back. It was just so strange. But
Yeah, it really was. And then you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, you couldn't leave. But then in Illinois, I remember um, Lollapalooza was coming to town, 250,000 people every night for 3 nights. But the governor, Fred Flintstone, and it's, you know what, people call him that, but it's disrespect to Fred Flintstone. JB, whatever, Prickster, whatever, let them all in. It's
yeah,
okay.
then
And then,
Mhm.
Wrigley Field was closed, certain seats, you can't sit next to each other. But Guns N' Roses was coming to town for 2 nights. Open it up. And then the stupid shot, which I never got, thank God. And these little cards. I don't remember anybody ever asking for a card before you walked into a building. Even we went on vacation,
yeah.
they never even asked. We went to Mexico, never asked.
An interesting story about those cards. I can't say who, I can't say what, but it's not hearsay. Somebody was printing those cards months before COVID happened. And somebody in the works there was like, yeah, we're printing these cards. And I was like, what's COVID? So what does that tell you? 6 months before it was even a thing, there was a company that was printing those cards around here.
And it was, and you know what? I mean, I don't know. And I know politics is not a cop, but it almost looked like they did this just to keep President Trump or Donald Trump at the time to become president of the United States. What's interesting? When we were talking about the songs being banned and labels changing their name and, the Aunt Jemima syrup and all this stuff and crazy. The most craziest thing was the song Baby It's Cold Outside by Dean Martin.
Yeah.
And they said it was about a rape, keeping the girl in the house, wouldn't let her leave when she wanted to leave, even though it was cold outside. And I don't know I forgot the name of the singer that redid this song with new lyrics. It's just insane.
I remember thinking that was
insane.
us. It's come back again. It's appropriate again. It seems I've done it over the few holidays. It seemed to kind of brush over, but it's back, thankfully.
Thankfully. And Kimmy, with the world going right now, especially with politics and stuff, did you ever think that we'd ever be so divided in this country? Now, I believe, and even though I'm a conservative Republican and I'm a Trumper, and people know that, but do you believe it would be all this hate in this world if it was another Republican president that was in office right now, not Donald Trump?
Yeah, for me, being a Christian, reading the word, the word is prophecy. What is going to happen in this world? Whether it's Donald Trump or not, I do believe these are things that are supposed to happen. These are things we shouldn't be surprised by. So I think had it been any other president, I hate to say it, but I think it's in the word that we will be divided, mother against son, father against daughter, neighbor against neighbor. And I can see these things evolving, which is very sad. But if you're aware of it and know that it's things that are supposed to happen, that's when you can really, talk to people about God and fight this in another way. Listen, there could be any president in office, but ultimately it's not, people say, oh, God put Trump in office. Well, God put everybody. He put Biden in office. God is in control of our life, not the president, not the government. But I do believe division is part of what's supposed to happen towards the end times. It's just
Well, that's another scary thing, because God has got to be up there going, what the, you know what I mean? I mean, some of this shit. What, the kid wants to be a dinosaur or he wants to be a dog, and now you got to put litter boxes in the high school. What? Where does ever? I mean, it's like you're right, and it's got to be coming soon. He's got to come back down.
I mean, people shouldn't fear it. Sometimes I get anxious about it, but really it's supposed to happen. And if you're a believer in Christ, the coming of Christ is supposed to be a good thing and to live in eternity with him. None of this is a surprise. You know, really, the last thing he said on the cross is, Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. All of us, we're just lost. So if you just focus on him, it kind of takes a lot of other things away. Just live in gratitude like you did. Even when things are not so good, find things to be thankful for. My kids, I got notes around the house, sticky notes. I got to remind myself on the door. Thank God I have a car to walk into. Thank God I can do laundry in my house. I don't have to go to a laundromat. Thank God I've got water. Thank God I've got a shower. I got a warm bed to sleep in. There's always something to be thankful for.
You think about it when you hear other countries and stuff that they're going through, and then we get pissed off when our remote doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's like our day is ruined. Oh, I can't watch my show because my remote works. You know, and we've done it. We've thrown it, motherfucker, thrown the remote at the door or the window. You know, it's like whatever. It is absolutely crazy. And I don't know what's going to happen with the younger generation. Look, this AI stuff, Kim, I think it's good for certain things, but it's scary. It's scary. It's scary.
It's like anything. Money could be great, but it's how we use it. The internet could be great, but it's how we use it. AI, I've been using it for my job now. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. It has saves me so much time at work, typing emails, typing. It is wonderful, but like anything, we abuse things. We abuse food. We abuse, I mean, it's just how you use it. But people will take advantage of it. For
I
sure.
agree. I agree big time. And, you know, with Elon Musk right now with robots and stuff, it's going to happen. I went to, about a month ago, I went to visit a friend of mine in Naperville. It was a hospital. I walked in and there was Rosie, the effing robot. Hello, can I help you? Follow me. And it took me to where I had to go. We were on the cruise ships. Out of the 4 bars, 2 of them had no bartenders. You pushed the button and an arm came down with the glass, and then another arm came and put the ice in. Another arm put the booze in. Another arm shook the bit, put it on your thing, and it brought it right in front of you. It's going to happen. I don't know. I think I wouldn't mind having a look. There was a company we just talked about on I think it was Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. There was having a company that would pay you $200,000 to take your face, buy your face rights, and put it on robots.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I don't know.
that would be kind of cool in one way. Say you're a widower.
Hmm.
You lost a wife, or you lost a husband, or you lost a grandmother, or you lost a child, or whatever it is. And if they can put a robot in with his face, and I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy, but maybe not.
See, there's good and bad.
Yeah, and then they'll turn on you, like the movie. I forgot the name of the movie where the robots turn on everybody afterwards. Yeah, so I don't know what to think of the future and everything like that, and we don't know. We will not know. But when some of the hate towards our president right now, and another 2 years when he's gone, who are they going to bitch at? Because if it was Vance, and if you look at his background and the way he came up with him, his wife, and what a background that guy had, and then you look at Rubio, which I think is fantastic too. I think both sides like Rubio because the way he speaks, the way he looks, the way whatchamacallit. It's going to be crazy in another 2 years. So who the hell knows? But you know, it should be very. Today is also Brothers in Heaven's Day. So if anybody lost a brother, God bless, man, when you lost. And I'm happy. My New York Knicks won Game 6, so now they're going to the second round finals. They beat the Atlanta Hawks 140-89. What a blowout that was! And they got home field advantage, which I'm very excited about that. A lot of stuff, Kimmy, and what do you think about the music business now in Illinois? Do you still see people coming out? Do you obviously pricing of food went up and drinks went up and certain stuff. A lot of people, they used to go out Wednesday, Thursdays. Maybe now they just go out Fridays and Saturdays. Or what's your take on all that?
Gosh, well, you know, you're naming all these people that are watching today. And of course, I know all these names and just am so thankful that they support us, that they come out. My mom, the Golden Girls, I mean, they're on a fixed income, and it's not cheap for them to go out. And, I sing all the time, and now they're kind of getting, their first question always is their high tops. They can't go if it's high tops.
There you
But
go.
it's really hard for them to come and sing. They want to come, but I do notice a little difference in some of the restaurants. Some of the, it's a little thinner, and I would not want to be a restaurant owner now. I don't know really how they're trying to keep it together.
And you know what? You can't blame the restaurants. People blame the restaurants. It's not. It's the food went up, liquor went up. We all know that. I mean, certain places you can get, certain places. I don't need to name places, but drinks are a martini's $25, $24. So it's very expensive. There you go. My buddy Double T, Tony Toto, live from San Diego. What's up, buddy? Have a good Yolanda. How are you doing? Yolanda, you've been doing it for a long time, my friend Yolanda, supporting me. Thank you so much. All right. This is interesting. Why do you think this is the different? Okay, so baby boomers between 1946 and 64, that would be me, work hard, stay loyal, they roared you. They built a system. Now watch it crack. Baby boomers. The Gen Z from 1965 to 1980, trust no one, figure it out yourself, the quiet survivors of every change. Millennials, 81 to 96, follow your passion, escape the 9 to 5, big dreams, bigger bills. That's true. Gen Z, 97 to 2012, question everything, protect your mental health, raised online and word of constant noise, and then it's so on and so on and so on. And now they're talking about in the world, we just mentioned it on the show last week or this past week, that some of the business, do you think, okay, 8 hours a day, they're thinking about maybe, there was talk allegedly, they're making Friday a national holiday where people would just work 10 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, and have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. Technically, they're saying people in the workplaces that actually work, you do most of your work maybe 2, 3, 4 hours. After that, that depends what job you have. But you said you're busy all the time at work. But can you do stuff more? Do you need the whole 8 hours? Would you be happy with the Friday, Saturday, Sunday off?
I mean, for my job, I don't know if it's even really possible. I'm in sales, so it's you're just on all the time. If I'm on vacation, I'm still checking emails. So I think it's a great thing because I think it's another day that people can be together with their family, and get things done or get their errands done. Now they got a couple days to enjoy, to actually rest and actually relax. As none of us really do. I would love it if I can get away with it. I think it'd be great.
Do you like do you think everything changed with the work at home? Do you think people are still working the 8 hours when they're at home and they're not doing laundry and or do you think, what's your take on that?
Well, it depends on the company. Like for me, there's just so much work. I couldn't do that. I couldn't possibly do that. But I will say it's kind of nice because, I can go to my desk and run down and throw a little laundry in and come back up. But half the time it's there at 9 o'clock at night because I forgot to go back down, take it out of the washer. But
yeah.
Little, like what they call life balance. But the number of hours, they give you enough work some companies will give you enough rope to hang yourself. They watch. There's ways that you tell now how you type, when you sign on, if there's movement on your mouse. There's a lot of things they can do, especially now with AI. So you really can't get away with it. I never like to take advantage of it because it's such a blessing to be able to work from home. I wouldn't want to ruin it. But goof off all day. Not at my job.
Yeah. Well, it depends what job you have. Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense, which is true. Debbie, how are you doing? Craig, how are you doing? Paul, how are you doing? Welcome, guys, to Ocean's Pit. You're listening to Kim Peterson LaFew, great singer in the Chicagoland area. Kimmy, where are you at tonight and tomorrow? What do you got coming up?
So tonight I have a date with Silver Fox. We're going out to dinner with some friends. But tomorrow night I am. Look at that. Where am I tomorrow? What day is tomorrow? Saturday.
Saturday. Yes.
The band. We have a private. We're out at Carillon in Naperville for a private event. The band, and then next I have coming up is going to be. I'm with Bonnie on a Thursday at Venuti's on the 7th. Then I think after that on the 8th. I'm with Bill at Palm Court. Those are the
Palm
next.
Court. Oh, that's right. Bill Saratella, Bonnie Bridges, another great singers in Chicagoland area. Very, very cool with all that. You keep working, you keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic. I just hope that the nightlife bar type continues. I don't know another 10 years from now. Our following are a little older. You know what I mean? I'll be 64 this year. I'm hoping that everything still goes. And you know what? I do believe. Do you believe that old age it's just a number, your age?
Yeah, I don't feel 60. I mean, I thank God literally do not have a pain in my body. I have no joint pain. I have no pain at all. I have a lot of energy. But I do notice, think about it. People are out wherever you sing. They're gone by 11 o'clock. Remember the days people would be out? I mean, the band didn't even start till 9. Now we're used to, you might want us to start at 7 because people are out by 11 o'clock.
They're out by 11. Yeah. So, yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. It's true. Unless it's a special occasion, maybe they'll stick around and whatever it is, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So I see that too. You're starting a little earlier than normal, which sometimes that's not bad either. Because I remember when I used to work at Jilly's, you worked till 2 o'clock in the morning. And that time people were still out there on Rush Street. It's amazing. I go, how do you guys work in the morning? It was like, because I can sleep all day because I work at night, so crazy as it is, very much so. Nuts. Yolanda, I've been a barfly for years, but you look great. It's just a number. I believe. Jeanette, Palm Court, Kimmy, when are you going to be at Palm Court?
Palm Court on the 8th with Bill, which would be, I think I don't know if it's Friday or Saturday, but it's the 8th. Palm Court.
May 8th, Jeanette. Yeah. And you have a website. How do they get a hold of you? How do they find out where you're at, Kimmy?
I'm glad you asked, because I have so many things now. My new thing is I'm getting into jazz. I got a quartet. I got the band. So, I would sing somewhere with Bill or with Bonnie. Somebody'd say, oh, where are you going to be? Well, I didn't have anything. So I started my own website that has every time, doesn't matter who I'm with. It's called Kim's, plural, kimsgigs.com. So it's not quite finished. There's nothing up there yet, but my number's on there. Feel free to text me, but it's going to have wherever I'm going to be, whether it's with Bonnie, with Bill.
You also promote yourself on social media on your Kim Peterson the Few page. You can find out where Kim is for some of your dates there. But yeah, so I remember when COVID came and I was playing out, I was performing at some of these restaurants. Some of band members and other bands I know, they were bitching and complaining, how the hell can you out there be playing? The restaurant opened, they had tents out there, remember, and you played wherever. We were still playing, and a lot of bands, a lot of members broke up and over like that. Also, when it comes to politics, and you're in a band. I forgot the name of the band. Was it Georgia Florida Line or something like that? They broke up because of politics. Isn't it weird, though, Kim, through the years that people that know you, personally know you, they kind of know what your thoughts are and what you think, no matter what the world is going through, whether it's abortion, religion, politics, they kind of know what it is. So all of a sudden now, shot, no shot, unfriend you, just because you like this guy and now this guy, unfriend you, I won't talk to you anymore. Or how about people that are married to each other? And I know a few that one's Republican and one's Democrat, and they don't talk about it. That's how they keep, but it's in your face every day. When you're watching TV, if something happens, one guy can't wait to go, see that piece of shit? I knew it. Right? How do people handle that?
Yeah. For me, I just try to align it to my faith. I mean, I have voted Democratic and Republican my whole life. As I got older, your political views really need to align with what you believe. I mean, that's obvious. And I try to think of it just because of my faith. I don't care who you vote for. I love you anyway. I might, everybody knows I make no bones about Pritzker. I can't stand him. I want him out of office. I hate what he's doing to the state. But I don't call my friends names or hate them because they hate a certain political person. You could post stuff about the, Pritzker that you don't like, but I don't like when people post about the people, say bad things like you're a Nazi or you're this or you're a jerk or that part. I have friends that are Democrats and Republicans. I love them all. I would never disown who had different.
Me too. And a lot of times we bust balls with each other or bust each other's chops.
Like sport.
But it's the individual. It does because I believe in, or when you get into religion, you know what I mean? It's just almost the same thing. And it's so weird all these years. You can never talk about taboo. I mean, why can't two people just sit and talk about something and, okay, I don't like what he does. I don't like what she does. Okay, great. Hey, I don't like your dress you're wearing today, but tomorrow, hey, you got a great dress. I mean, it's crazy.
And God tells us, keep the peace. If you can, keep the peace. I'm not going to change anybody's mind. They're not going to change mine. Just be friends. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Boyd came up with a good one. Don't be an asshole and don't be afraid of love. Perfect, Boyd. I love it. I mean, and then that's what it is. And unfortunately, we won't be, I don't know, but the younger generation growing up, I don't know what they're gonna have to come across, or and another question, Kim. Someone comes up to you that's starting in the business. Kimmy, I want to do what you do. What would you say? Would you say find another job or try not to do this full time?
I never did this. I am so happy with my audience. I do not need to sing to 500 people. I never desired that. I really think I do like a smaller
Me too.
venue.
Me too.
Kind of buddy. So if you're make money, we all know that. It's great little extra, on the side, but don't do it. I do it because I love it. I love to be out with my friends, love to have a good time. That's all. Just if you're into it, that's what I would say. And you kind of need to be able to sing good. There's some out there that I won't say, there's some singers, oh boy.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. And you know what? You'll get a singer out there that the price is right, whatever it is. And sometimes if it doesn't fill the room or whatever it is, the owner's happy. I also believe the owners are happy, not only if you bring in your own people, but the regulars got to like you too. The regulars have to like you too that are there all the time. So if the regulars like you, if you bring in your people, that's great, which is important. But if the regulars like you too, and hey, man, this is a good guy or this is a good girl or whatever, good singer, good voice and whatever it is, or even the songs that you sing. Sometimes you can have great talent out there, but sometimes I always tell people you want to sing the popular tunes, even though you look at that stupid set list and we go, ugh. Okay, if I have to sing That's Amore again, I know for a fact I've sang it more than Dean Martin has. I know for a fact. So, but the point I'm trying to say is, you know what? They want to hear it, and that's that's what it's about.
That's what that's
about. That's what it's about. It's come to the end of the hour, folks. That's right. Ocean's Pit Little Show about big things. Tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Tomorrow, St. Germain, Wisconsin. Whitetail Inn coming up on the 9th will be at the Cove in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin with Ocean's Rat Pack. The 14th of May will be at Zia Social in the city, Edison Park, Park Ridge area. Love that place. On the 23rd and the 24th will be in Lake Geneva, 2 nights at the Getaway on the 23rd, French Country Inn, and the 24th will be at the Thirsty Parrot. Johnny Cabs on the 28th again, and the big St. Jude's benefit coming up in Gurnee, Illinois on May 30th. Birthdays for Friday, May 1st. Don McLean, American Pie, turns 80 years old. Burt Young, hey, Paulie, Rocky, great actor. He's not with us anymore. Debbie, if you're watching, happy birthday. Tim McCraw, country singer, 55. Tiffany Stratton, for you wrestling fans. Tiffy Time turns 26 years old. You got to love that, man. One of my favorites here. The Rock, for all you wrestling fans, and actor. He's 53 years old. Mara, my friend from Texas. Hello. Happy birthday, my dear friend. You got to love it here. What else we got? Paul Beckham, 50 years old. Pat McAfee from ESPN, 35. Leslie Gore, another great female singer. Very cool. You got to love it here. Kyle Busch, 40 years old. David Sush, Parrot, one of my favorites. Nikki Fortuna from the Buckinghams, a great band. And Catherine the Great. Ray Parker Jr., Ghostbusters, turned 72 years old today. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching the show today. And let's not forget our good friends from JRC Hardware. Buy local, shop local. Neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Spring is officially arrived, and your local JRC Ace Hardware is here to help you yard make a serious comeback. Ace Reward members get a grab the E-Power Plus 6-volt Select Cut XP mower for just $779. That's a savings of $150. If you need more power, when you buy the Eco Blower and string trimmer, we'll throw in a 2.5 amp battery. It's a $200 value, absolutely free. And don't forget the fertilizer. Earn $25 bonus rewards when you spend $150 on essentials from Scotts and Miracle Grow. Stop by and see us at the JRC Ace Hardware locations today, or visit online at acehardware.com. And don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off. Get that grill ready for the summer season here today. Guys, we have the great Kim Peterson LaFew. Kim, thank you so much. Keep doing what you do and to entertain some people that love your music and love what you do. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to one another, folks. And if you're offended with anything on this show, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean we're right either. But thank God we have an opinion, and we can still do that in this country. Most important, though, be kind to one another. We really need it. Ringo Starr says peace and love. Have an incredible weekend. We'll be back live at Eagle River, St. Germain on Monday show, Tuesday show, and Wednesday show on the road on Ocean's Pit. Thank you, Kim Peterson LaFew. Thank you all, everybody. God bless. Nick Sahajas, the piano man. Take us out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony.
God bless America, everybody. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.